welcome to the Under 23 channel. Hi, it's not just my face. We've got some other people on this channel for a change.
How's things? Hello.
We have just watched the women's side as well. Go on the main channel, you'll see a vlog on that, about that as well, and as well as the radio show. But Kyle, I said I was bigging it up, saying, look, they're actually all right. There's a few decent players amongst you. You'll be surprised at the quality, but were you let down?
I mean, crying's become a thing on this channel. If you haven't seen, check the vlog for Tottenham. But I was crying in a different form today off that one.
Crying inside.
It was a painful game. Like, we were outclassed in every department, and me and Paul were going through the list of things wrong. And I think we were trying to persist with playing the ball out from the back too much. And I don't think the two centre backs. We were kind of used to that. They looked like they were put on the wrong foot a lot of the time. A lot of pressure on them. And they constantly lost the ball. I think 2 of the goals from Liverpool were courtesy of losing the ball that far out, or the ball being pushed out too quickly. But that being said, it was just a hard day all day, wasn't it, Paul?
Yeah, it was like girls v women. You know, they seem to impose themselves all over the park.
Very high, didn't they?
Yeah, pressed all the way over the pitch. But we didn't help ourselves at the end of the day. If you're going to keep giving away balls and suicidal balls one after one after one, then you're asking for trouble. You know, we were joking, it was a bit Mike Williamson-esque at times. You know, there was a few bright spots. I thought the number 2,
Brooke Cochrane.
Yeah,
captain.
I really liked her playing. I thought she was really, really good. She got up and down on the right hand side all day. Tried to make things happen, but unfortunately I think was let down by most of the people around her. The number 11 as well, thought she was okay. First half, I think her link-up play with the aforementioned player was really, really good. But apart from that, like you say, soft in the middle all the way through, and then just nothing up front. It was disjointed. There was no support around the striker. Their keeper in the warm-up was looking really, really dodgy at everything, and she looked really, really small for a goalkeeper.
Didn't test at all.
No, didn't test her, didn't work her, there was no out.
On the positives though, we're trying to raise the profile of women's football, and we've already touched upon, like, the women's don't really get a look in, not even the local paper, the Chronicle don't even pick them up, and we're trying to, because obviously the WSL's booming, they had a great World Cup as well.
Yeah.
What can we do more? Obviously we're trying to highlight it, we do the best we can, but Paul, you do a lot of posts as well, but what can others do to try and raise the profile?
It has to start with the football club. I mean, the foundation do an excellent job of running this on a shoestring, but at the end of the day, the development team for the Newcastle Women was cut last year, and judging off today, they clearly need it. And no disrespect to them, there is a couple of really good players in that side, but they need practice. They need to, like, get used to playing football and build into that team, and then Newcastle Women's team will excel because of that. And you want...
Well, it's not really a case of win, lose or draw, it's just how can you build that to, like, get your 6-year-old girl to come and watch some women play.
It starts with the football club.
You're talking Newcastle United.
You can say the Chronicle. You can say us. I mean, we do our best, but a couple of viewers on YouTube ain't going to do shitly. If you're a football club, you need to take this seriously. This is here at Druid Park. It's a fantastic day out. I mean, the result wasn't very good, and the performance was even worse. But that aside, there's so much potential here to do things. Look at the Women's World Cup. That was broadcast around the world, and was really something to behold. I mean, like Alex Morgan, that are world stars now, and that's something that Newcastle could pick up on. There was a decent crowd today, and you've just got to think, if the club actually take this seriously and finance it and try and get it in the WSL, that's where it would go forward, because there's no relegation, there's no promotion. You told me that earlier, because I don't know much about women's football, I'll be honest. I'm not going to sit here and be an expert on my first day, do you know what I mean?
A bit like Michael Owen.
But at the end of the day, I just think the club need to take this more seriously and pay them better as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, take it more seriously.
You need to move it to the professional level as well. There's a lot of those girls there. You know, you've mentioned a few of them as well. Jaden Maxwell, who came on. There's some of them even working at the club in the box office and stuff like that. So they've got aspirations. They want to develop their career. They don't want to be working at the club or in a shop or whatever.
They've got hopes and
They've got
dreams.
heroes. You've got
just like all the
you've got
lads.
several. You've got Steph Horton from the area, Lucy Bronze, Jill Scott. There's loads. Georgia Stanway supports Newcastle from the northwest. So there's a lot of England nationals, and they want to go on. But Kyle was saying there, they need that help.
Yeah, and I've said before to you guys off camera, if you look at some of the other clubs, like when Sunderland got into issues, they opened up the Stadium of Light. You look at other clubs that the women are playing against, the likes of Barnsley, they play on the training pitches next to Oakwell. If you've got smaller clubs like that, League One standard, who are able to support their women's team better than a Premier League club. Now you can say it's a cost, you can say it's money and stuff like this, but at the end of the day, the facilities are there. St James's Park stood empty today.
Kingston Park.
Yeah. So why can't the club incorporate it more and do some coaching? Steve Bruce and them. What are they doing at the moment? Why can't they do something?
I guarantee you, if the club pushed it more through the social media, through everything like that, more people would go. You'd get people taking like the kids and that wanting to promote women's football and just the football.
I've said today, Carl, my little one, she's getting interested into football and into sport, and she was told on a sports day that girls can't play football, and I was like, no, yes they can. And then she was asking about Newcastle, and you sort of saying, well, yes, we do have a team, but really, apart from the kits that they're wearing, what other clues is there? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, the club should, and again, could be doing a lot more than what they do. And it's about having somebody at the club who will drive change, who will think outside the box. And obviously, we're lumbered with Lee Charnley, who couldn't, you know, you've got a pack of crayons and a colouring book, and that's his level of imagination.
Let's wrap up. So the two things then, obviously, disappointing performance, but secondly, if you want to try and push this, you know, if women's football might not be for you.
But the one positive, Newcastle United's best right back played today. You can say that.
Yeah, good on you, Brooke. But, you know, you've touched upon it, if you don't chuck money at it, this behind us will never go professional.
Not just that though, Lee, going back to it just quickly before you finish, it's not just that, we've got fantastic facilities in Newcastle United just sitting there. Why can't they, if they just sat there and they're not being used? The coaches aren't out coaching at the moment, the men's team, so why can't they do some work with the women's team, help improve the players that we've already got? We've said already, the centre backs today were borderline atrocious, the central midfielders, again, if we were scoring them, there'd be literally ones and twos, because they were afraid to touch the ball. They were this, that and the other. But with some of the coaching and the excellent coaching staff that we've got at Newcastle United, why can't they, when they have a bit of an off, period, bring some of that over?
Right, that's him finished. That's us finished as well. The club don't chuck money at it. It's never going to go far. It starts with them. Ta-da.